Hey guys, thank you very much for joining me today on my channel Busy17 with Arrey Claudia. So this is actually my first video on the vlog. Busy17 with Arrey Claudia is a YouTube channel where I get to post videos of, things that I like to talk about, some things that I don't discuss with friends, lifestyle, entertainment, marriage, anything that I feel like we should talk about, even hospitality or, travel journeys, anything. So, being my first video on the vlog, I want to talk about something that is really pertinent, something that has been happening, and people do not really pay much attention to it. What is that? Marriage. The pressure of getting married. Well, for the past weekends, I've been attending a lot of weddings, and they've been amazing. Two of my cousins got married, two of my friends got married, and even an ex of mine got married. I didn't know if I had to say that, but this got me thinking. It made me to reflect a lot on many things. And then I thought that I'm not the only one who has been put in this situation, because at my age, I believe that many young girls out there are going through the same thing, and that's how to handle the pressure of getting married. As humans, especially women, we have this particular way of setting timelines for things, the way we want things to go in our lives. We set timelines for when we want to start school. We set timelines for when we want to leave school. We set timelines for when we want to get married, have children, or start a family. And most times, if these things don't go according to plan, we start thinking too much, we get depressed, and it becomes difficult for us to get right back. Now, what if this timeline of getting married doesn't happen according to the way we've planned it? You get pressured, right? You start pressurizing yourself from within. Now, I just want to tell you that you need to handle yourself in order not to get stressed by this, because if you get stressed, you get depressed. If you get depressed, a lot of things will not work for you. Now, how do you handle this stress from within? First things first, you look at those things in your life that make you make you happy. Look at those things that make life meaningful for you, and you focus more on them and forget about the things that are not happening in your life. Everything cannot happen at the same time. You need to take one step at a time, right? You look at those things in your life that you feel you need to adjust, the things you need to subtract or you need to add, and you work on them so that you don't get to think about the stress of getting married, because the marriage will come whether you think about it or not. Now, how do you handle this pressure when it comes from your family members? Let me go to external factors. I'll begin with the parents, I'll begin with your parents. When you've reached the age of 23, 24, 25, as African children, our parents get to start pressurizing us. Arrey, when are you getting married? Claudia, I thought I remembered you telling me that you have a boyfriend. Where is he? When is he coming to pay your dowry? Questions like this keep on popping. And most often, it comes from our moms. We don't want to disrespect them, right? You don't want to tell them that, Mom, please stop talking to me about this. You don't want to be rude. They gave birth to you, and they are doing this because of love. So how do you handle it? How do you tell your mom politely to stop talking about the marriage issue? So if it's something that happens when you're in public and she just mentions it, for instance, a cousin of yours is getting married, the whole family is there, and she just bursts out and asks you, hey, Arrey, when are you getting married? When is your man coming to see the family? We've been waiting for so long. It's okay for you to just, you feel bad, but you can make a joke out of it and tell her, ma, I don't have a husband or I don't have a boyfriend. But if you want to give me one, I'll be glad to take it. Now, this is one thing. You need to learn to root for yourself, because sometimes things will be happening in your life and you need help from people. But if you don't make them to know that you need the help will not come. So if your mom does things like this, it's either you joke on it or you tell her that you actually do not have a man and you like for her to connect you to someone. As simple as that. In cases where it's really persistent, you just go politely and tell her, Mommy, will I like to get married? Yes. Will I like to be called a Mrs.? Yes. Will I like to be someone's wife? Yes. But then, if you keep on making this a continuous topic of discussion, it disturbed me a lot. It would disturb me, and it's going to destabilize everything. Just allow things to go the way they are supposed to go. so that I can work on my own plans and myself as well. As easy as that. If you tell your mom this once or twice, I believe that she's going to go easy on you about the when are you getting married thing. So let's go to these very nosy uncles and aunties we have in our families, especially, the women. Let me focus on the aunties. You know that women are these people that don't mind their business. We hardly mind our businesses. I don't know why we are like this though, but that's how we are. If you have this aunt who is always connecting your cousins or her children to men and they end up getting married, then she asks you, Haba, Arrey, when are you getting married? Just tell her, Auntie, you've given all the eligible fine men to my sisters. How do you expect me to get married? If you ask her this, it's sarcastic, right? But ask her in a calm manner. You don't want to pick a fight with your aunt because of marriage. If you ask her this, like twice or thrice, that woman will never ever cross your path again when it comes to how or when are you getting married. Now, if you have this aunt who always come around and they'll say, last week we ate Enos cake. The other week we ate Ayok's cake. When are we eating your own cake? Do you know the cake they're asking of? Your wedding cake. Now, just go straight to the point. Auntie, I started baking. You know that they don't have a job, so I'm baking. You know what? I'll bake what for you next week. As easy as that. Now, we both know your auntie does not want to eat cake. She's asking you to come with a man. So if you tell her that you bake cake for her, that woman will understand what you're telling her and she will back off because she will know that she's being nosy. Okay? So if you have this aunt or uncle who is, always asking you to bring your husband home, you're getting old. They'll see you at 25 like a woman who is 30. They'll see you at 25 like a woman who is 40. Girl, you're still young. The only thing to do these people, when they keep on asking you, when are you getting married, bring your husband, just ask them. Because weddings are expensive nowadays and the country is really, really tough. Just tell them, Auntie, uncle, if you decide to fund my wedding, I'm bringing my husband to you today. Who want to pay their daughter's own bride price? If you do that, trust me, they will not ask you when you want to get married. Now, this is actually very funny because I almost tried it one time, but I did not have the courage to do it. But if you can, please do it because these people need to get off your ass, right? Oops. Yeah, censor. But do it. You should try to do it. Okay, so now we are done with family members. Let us go to your partner. At a certain point in a relationship, you need to know where you stand. You cannot continue dating someone for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you don't know where the relationship is leading to. So at a certain point, you need to ask your partner, baby, I think I'm of age and I would like to get married. The truth is, I see you in my future. Do you think we can have a possible future together? Just a simple question of that sort. Now, if it's someone who loves you, he's going to tell you the truth if he wants to be with you or if he sees you in his future and his plans or not. For people who just start picking up fights when you bring conversations like this, just know that they are not for you. Leave the relationship. Now, this is one thing I want to tell you girls. Never you stay in a relationship because you feel that they are going to get married to you someday. Never. If you try to bring up reasonable conversations like this and the person keeps on avoiding it by, causing problems or saying something else, behaving as if they don't listen, that's one thing men do. Sometimes you say something and they behave as if they're not listening. If they do something like that, leave the relationship. Stop hurting yourself because you realize at a certain point that you're 30 and the relationship is going nowhere. You probably have 2, 3, 4 kids or maybe no kids, especially for people who want to have families. Then you realize you're getting too old and you cannot even get pregnant. So if you're in such a relationship, please, I beg of you to leave. Leave. Okay, my favorite of this part is of this vlog. My favorite part of this vlog is how to handle the pressure when it comes from your friends. I have friends who are married, many of them. Like, they started getting married since about 3, 4 years ago. Many of them are married. There's one thing I do. I keep my distance and I don't tell them everything about my life because the truth is, if you meet these married friends of yours and you start telling them, oh, I don't have a boyfriend. Oh, my boyfriend is doing this. Oh, my boyfriend is doing that. The only thing you hear them say is, my husband bought this for me. My husband says we should do this. My husband, my baby, my baby. If they are working, they'll say my job, my job. And to make matters worse, if you're jobless, oh, you die. You know, they'll always talk about the things that are happening in their lives. So I'll always advise you not to leave your friendship. Just save your friendship the stress and give them some distance. If you have to discuss with them, talk with them, you know, on very plain grounds, so you don't go too intimate to a point where whatever they say is going to affect you later on, because you might be having the conversation, it won't affect you then, but maybe 2-3 days later when you're alone in the night and you start thinking about what your friend said or what they've been saying, and it will disturb you. So just give them gap. Now, for those friends who are either married or not married, but really nosy, you know, there's a difference. Married good friends and the married ones, or the unmarried and married ones that are nosy. When they start asking you questions, D-man, you did marry which time? The only thing you do to that person is ask, now marriage be your only accomplishment. You know, it is rude, but sometimes it's necessary. That's why I said for your nosy friends, because they don't want to mind their business. They don't know that people have greater problems than just getting married. So ask them, now marriage be your only accomplishments, and trust me, they will shut up. Anyways, guys, so this is all I had for you today on how to handle the stress or the pressure of getting married. If you're watching this video and you like to add to what I've said, or maybe make a comment, or you're going through something that's similar, I need someone to talk to, just, you know, leave a comment or write me on my Gmail, arrayclaudia1234@gmail.com. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button on Busy17 with Arrey Claudia. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, even Twitter, Arrey Claudia. You'll find me there. Just send me a DM if there's anything you'd like to know. Well, until the next time, please follow me. Bye, 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 bye.